Hello, we're going to be talking about Stukent Mimic Pro and trying to take a look at how you will work this program. Hopefully you have already watched the video that you see as you first log into Mimic Pro, but I just also want to walk you through to make sure you know what to do. Uh, for most of the students who watch this video, we're going to be having a time in class where you will work with your classmates to create some ads in here and to get some practice together before you head off to do it on your own. So let's dive into it. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And if you see here, we have Mimic Pro. I have logged in and just went past that video. And first thing you have is the scenario. So remember, we are going to now be managing the online marketing for Kent's Camera Castle. And they have not had much strategy in the past. They've just had a website presence and they just figured people would find them just because they're on the website. But they haven't been doing very well over the last couple of years. So it's our job to try to help them make more money. Now, of course, advertising, as we thought about the definition of it, it's designed to persuade or influence a particular action from a target audience. And so we will look to what our boss, our client, would like us to do. And so let's look at this scenario, the case, so we understand our task. All right, so we have a couple terms that they want us to understand. Revenue. This is how much money last month was made in total. That is not how much money they made, though, because revenue hasn't taken into account that you have to pay for the product, you have to pay for it to be built and shipped and distributed, so there's all these different costs that are tied into it. And profit is what you make once all those costs are taken out, then profit is what you have left over. Units sold, I think this is obvious, so how many you sold last month. I guess the important thing to note there is that that's just a monthly figure. That's not how many units you've sold over the lifetime of selling this product. Visits. So most websites are going to track visitors to it. And what it is that we're really paying attention to is how many people come to the website who are unique visitors. So it is the first time that they've come. And that's what we call unique visits. And so if you have 100 unique visits, that means 100 unique visitors. Now, you might have 150 visits, but only 100 unique visits. So even though there's 150, 50 of those account for one person coming multiple times. So in advertising, we want to be aware of both numbers. On the one hand, it's great that we bring new people to our website, but it's also great to know that we have people coming back, because if they haven't already bought, they're interested. And so we need to be paying attention to them and seeing if we can get them to come back and make a move. A couple other terms that they use: sales page. This is the web page where a customer where they'll land and they'll order a particular product. And in this simulation, the first round, we're going to be selling 3 products. So there will be 3 sales pages or 3 landing pages. Okay, other things that we want to know. There's also an opportunity to be doing email marketing. So just so we know, we have about 11,000 email addresses. And generally, those are going to be from people who have either already bought something or from people who have come to the website and left their email address. So these are people who we might be able to convert into a sale. All right. We're working under Carla, and so she tells us what we need to do. We are going to be creating a list of keywords for each of the 3 products that we will be managing, that we'll be marketing, that we're trying to sell. We're going to be choosing the URL of the web pages that we'll use. We're going to create ad campaigns. We're going to create an email campaign, and we'll look at our budget. So these are the graphs of what was happening before we started working. So we get a little bit of an idea. They had revenue of $4,066.30. But remember, that's not profit, that's just how much they made. But when you take out the cost of the items that they sold, that's only a profit of less than $600. That's not very much. Surely we can do better than that, right? Only 9 sales, but there were 94,000, nearly 95,000 visits, which those would be unique visitors. And here's a little graph that kind of shows how many people were coming each day. We continue to scroll down and we'll see a couple pie charts. And this is talking to us about how did people get to the website. We have most people coming directly. So these are people who typed in the website, so www.kentscameracastle.com. Those are direct. Paid, nobody came from paid marketing, so surely we can shift that. Nobody came from email marketing either. Organic is so somebody who did a search, they went into Google and said buy camera, and they found Kent's Camera Castle and went there. And then there are referrals, which is where maybe somebody has mentioned Kent's Camera Castle. So maybe somebody has blogged about buying a camera there and provided a link. Or maybe we're in an industry page where somebody says, you know, the top 5 online camera stores in the United States and gives a link. And so that's where we might get that. And here's the other pie chart. New visitors make up 63% of visitors to the website, and 36 are returning. All right, so that's all about the scenario. Double check that, look at it on your own if you'd like. Then we're gonna continue, and here are our 3 products that we are gonna be working on this round. Our GoPro Hero 7. We have the Canon Rebel T7i, and the Panasonic Lumix DMC LX10K. We have our price. So this is what we're selling it for, $381.33. We are making, I'm sorry, a revenue, since there were 7 sold last month, we had the revenue of $2,600, and that gave us a profit of $400. So basically, our margin is that we're charging $381, and we're only really making a profit of $57 off of each camera. Say similar, this is our most expensive camera, the Canon Rebel T7i, but we have a higher margin on it. And here's our medium price, the Panasonic Lumix, and we're making the most profit on this one. Okay, so now we get to see a little bit about that, so let's continue. And just so you know, I'm pressing continue there, but let's say I want to go back and look at that and go, oh, wait a minute, what was that camera again? I can't remember what camera I'm supposed to be selling. You can just go to this jump to command, click product review, and it will bring you right back there. Or if you think, oh man, I forgot what the scenario was. What am I supposed to be doing? You can click back to scenario, and here will be what you're supposed to be doing. So then I can go back, since I've already looked at scenario product review, let's go to research keywords. So we want to be doing a pay-per-click advertising campaign. So we are going to be bidding in an auction for our ads to be shown to people who are searching for the type of products we sell. So that's really important that we are going to be doing that. So this is what you would find if you go into Google. This is part of what I was certified in this summer, is with Google search. And so you have a set of keywords. And so again, you're bidding on it. So working with Kent's Camera Castle, and we might be working, bidding against Best Buy, perhaps, who are also selling digital cameras online. And we are bidding against other online camera stores that could be small ones, mom and pop type of ones that happen to have an online presence, or they could be large ones. But we could be actually bidding against Canon themselves if they sell their own product rather than just having them distributed uh, through other stores. So we are going to be bidding. Now, what this tells us, this is a keyword over here in this first column. These are keywords. This is about how many times people search per month on Google or a Google type platform for this term. How many people bid for this term? And high, medium, or low is what it will tell us. And there is high competition for one digital camera. And they're suggesting 73 cents as a bid for this. Now, couple things. Think about this in terms of if you were the person who is about to buy a camera. Now for me, I would never put that digit 1 in there. I would do digital camera, I would put other words, but I would never put a digit in there. So I'm going to pass by and think I'm not going to buy this at all. So I'll just go through that, and I can look in to see which one of these I would like to bid on. I want to have some high, some medium, probably we'll have to look at the lows, but I might not do any lows. It depends. Another thing, so like first GoPro, if I'm searching to buy a GoPro, I'm not going to say first with the digit 1 ST. I would just say buy GoPro best deal, something like that. First is just unusual. So 70 people search that way, and there's high competition. It is pretty cheap though, only 11 that you would bid 11 cents. So you could always throw it in there, but I'm more likely to do one that's called high, but it has amount of bids that aren't too overwhelming. So I like this one, 35 millimeter SLR camera. I probably would think about this, 720 average monthly searches. That's a lot, but it's fairly specific. So if somebody writes in 35 mm SLR camera, they know what 35 millimeter is, they know SLR, they probably have a high intention to buy, in my opinion. And 720, that's a lot of people, but it's not 33,000, which 33,000, I think I get lost in the shuffle. 720, I'm going to stand out a little bit more. It cost 87 cents a suggested bid to try to outbid those other companies of being first, second, or third, but that's not too bad. So there are lots of pages of keywords. So you could click through all these, but look, there's 136, so that would just take forever. So rather than that, I would enter things like GoPro. And I am going to then be able to see which ones I might want to bid on here. And so you get to choose which ones you want. Now, a couple things that might occur to me about GoPro camera. I don't think I want to bid on that because that's people who are just researching. I think I want to get people who are ready to buy. Here we have Action Cam GoPro Hero 3, but if you remember, we're selling the Hero 7. So I probably, personally, I wouldn't bid on that. Now, some people would because you think, well, they're looking for a Hero 3, but I can upsell them into a 7. But for me, I think I would rather go with more of the generic ones. But here, I wouldn't go this one, Action Camera GoPro Hero, only 20 monthly searches on average. That's not very much. But if you notice some of the ones that I chose, go buy GoPro Hero 7, and I guess I decided to choose this one to do an upsell. I figured from a 5 to a 7 was okay, so I chose that. I would probably also choose this one, Camera GoPro. This one is fairly inexpensive. 14,000 monthly visits, so I might go that way. And so you just go through and look at these and you choose terms that you are going to want to bid on. And I'll probably throw in this one. I wouldn't want my whole campaign to be 55, to be 550,000. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 550,000. But I could do one like that. And yeah, just go through, just pick what you want here, and you can pretty much decide on your own. Okay, so I'm going to pick, so I pick a bunch of terms, and so far I've only picked GoPro Hero terms. If I want to look for Canon, then I could then type Canon in the search engine and get this. Now I have, whoops, I've already put some things by Canon Rebel T7i. I've already decided I wanted to do that one. I might just do the T6i, see if I can upsell a little bit and look at a few more here and see what I want. Camera Canon. I'll just put all these in the mix of maybe being able to bid on those. So, and I would do the same thing for Panasonic, but let's continue. So I'm clicking continue at the bottom. Now, this you're not going to do much on this page. You just need to look at it and understand it. What web page are you going to decide to have in your ads? So just sending somebody, if you have an ad for, let's say, the GoPro, just sending the customer, potential customer, to your homepage probably isn't a great idea, because then they'll make it to the homepage, but then they have to do a search to find the camera that they were interested in. Wouldn't it be better if you either took them to the GoPro page so they can see all of them, or took them directly to the GoPro Hero 7 page if you're advertising this one? But you will choose in your ads where you want to send people to, which URL of those will be in your ad. So then you actually won't choose on that page, you'll go into this page. So you are going to create a campaign. So you come here and you're going to, and actually I'm going to switch over to a different tab because I have one started already. Let me see. Here it is. So when you click, if you click on create new ad group, you are going to make, uh-oh, I just accidentally, one second, guys. Okay, all right, I accidentally X'd it out, so we'll just start it from scratch, and I'm going to jump to ad campaign. All right, so I had one started for us, but alas, it is gone because I accidentally X'd out. So create new ad campaign, and we're going to name this. And let's create this one for the Canon. So let's call this a Canon. And here, what is the name of that camera? See, this is where I forget the cameras. Rebel T7i. So I'm going to name it. Oh, that's the email one, sorry. Canon Rebel T7i one-day sale. Now, hopefully that's right. T7i. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. So Canon Rebel T7i one-day sale. And here I am going to decide which of those terms that I had picked earlier, where I had selected that these were the keywords I would like to have access to choose for my campaign. These are the terms that I've selected previously. And so now I'm going to say which ones I'm actually going to be using for this particular one-day sale campaign. So I could decide that I want to do best digital camera for this, and then I'm going to have to give a suggested bid. They're suggesting 49 cents. And in general, uh, kind of the norm is to bid about 10% higher than what the suggested bid is. Don't underbid because you're probably not going to get it. And there's not a whole lot of benefit to overbidding because all you have to do is to be the one who bids either the most, the second most, the third most. And if you say, oh, I really want this term, I'm going to bid 10 bucks, it's not going to help your Google is not looking for you to just throw money at it. They're looking for a more reasonable, rational bidding here. So here, let's just put 55 cents, that we are willing to pay 55 cents per click for this keyword. Best digital cameras, so 64 cents. And because I don't like math, I just, sometimes I just do 75 because I decide not to add 6.4 cents. If I did, I actually should probably come in at 71 cents there. So again, I've just chosen which ones I would like and how I want to bid on this. And so this one, again, I'm not wanting to do math, so sometimes I just round up a little bit more. And again, so let's do, and we should have a point in there. So I actually was not trying to do $110. No, but $1, sorry. $1.10 is what I want. All right, so there we go. We're getting some, and you'll choose as many of these as you want. And I'm talking and trying to think at the same time, and it doesn't always work. Okay, now if you get to this and you're like, man, I didn't like, I wish I had more keywords, you can always go back to that keyword page, which if you do jump to research keywords, you could always go back to here and you could pick more of these if you wanted to. All you'd have to do is say select. Okay, then we write our ad. So, which of the destination URLs do we want? Now we're selling the Canon Rebel TI7, and I'm going to actually send people directly to that page because I am going to market that. So I'm going to say Canon Rebel T7i one-day sale. Now I'm not so sure I like how that looks because of the I and the 1. So I'm actually going to change this one-day sale by putting it in front of the Canon. One-day sale, Canon Rebel T7i. And you can see it up here now. You can see what that says. Then we're going to have a second headline that we're going to write. Cheapest price of the year. Then we have, how is it going to display? This is where we're sending people, but do we want them to know where we're sending them? Because right now it just says kentscameracastle.com. And we could type in something here if we want. So we could type in like sale, something like that. And we could even type another one in, sale Canon Rebel. It's so you have some choices here of what you want to do. One-day sale. So I'm going to go with that. That's what they're going to see, one-day sale on mine. So here I get to write a description. 24 hours only. Buy the Canon Rebel T7 T7i. And take the best pictures of, oh, see, then you only have a certain amount of words. And so I was going to say, and take the best pictures of your life, but we can't do that. I could do other things, like I could switch that to an ampersand. We could get rid of, now I kind of want to get best in there because I want best to show up in searches. So then we look up here, do we like that 24 hours by Canon Rebel T7i at Kent's Camera Castle and take best pictures? Yeah. So here we go, let me shorten our name of your, okay, I need to get rid of one more. So I'm going to take out the life. And then you look at this and you go, oh, okay, I could do that. And then if I like this, I hit save. Oh, I need to set a valid default bid, default bid up here. So, so if I don't have a bid, if I'm not going to kind of go in and change those, so let's just have a default bid of $1 for some of my more expensive ones. And then I have specified some of these down there personally. Okay, individually. Okay, so got that. So there is my ad group. So I have a camera there. That camera that I'm selling. So for this, you can do anywhere from 1 to 3 products. So you could put all of your money into this one, or you could do 3 ads for the different ones. We're just going to stop for that right now. So we're going to continue. And now you have to create an email campaign. And with your email campaign, you are going to decide a couple things. I've already done this. And so it will show you this at first. What's the name of your campaign? So my email campaign is for GoPro. And so I have GoPro sale, my email subject, what's in that subject line, lowest price on GoPro 7. And I want it to say from Kent's Camera Castle, and that it is the address is sales@cameracastle.com. And I don't have a choice about who we send it to. It will just go to the subscribers that are there. Now, I have chosen this particular template. There's a couple templates that you can choose. I'm not going to switch it right now, but you'll just have kind of a blank template when you first come here. And it will let you choose what you want up here, and it will cost a certain amount of money for what you want. And for me, I wanted to have the camera, the GoPro 7 is going to be featured here. And then I have 2 more graphics. This is one that has the camera again. And here I have sale discount offer graphic. And then you write a little bit under each one. So 1-day sale on GoPros, get the latest GoPro at the cheapest prices. Imagine this baby in your hands. Oh, the pictures you'll take. GoPro 7, so cheap it's practically a steal. So let's continue. And now we take a look at a summary. And if I'm over the budget summary, I won't be able to run the simulation. So that's not perfect. Now I still have $1,800 left. And so this is what I have. Now I could go back and I could create some more ads if I would like and use up the rest of that budget. And that's what I would do if I were you. Use up that entire budget because you don't get to carry it over to the next one. All right, so then, but when you have all of your ads done, you then hit run simulation and you are finished with round one. So don't run the simulation when you're meeting in your groups. Just work on the ads, kind of talk through what you're thinking and what you think might work. Write some ads, write your email campaign, and then when you go home, finish it out on your own. All right. I hope that helps, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.